Scott, my first question for you. This team, very, very comparable to last year in terms of record at this point in the season. But what's different about this year's squad?
Well, Dan, the main difference this year is the midfield. You talk about a team that lost 5 of its top 6 scoring midfielders in the past year, and of course there's going to be changes. Running that first line now, you have Max Bartig, who had 2 goals, was the most he's had in a game in his first 3 years on the Hill. Had a hat trick a couple weeks ago. Also, Jeremy Thompson coming in for his first year out of OCC, and Jovan Miller really stepping up. In the past, he'd been a defensive midfielder primarily, and now he's kind of running that first line. His success in the rest of that unit, that's the reason why you have Syracuse standing at a strong 6-1 mark.
Scott, there have been a lot of new faces that have made solid contributions, but who's been the biggest surprise this season?
Well, Mike, I mean, you have the obvious answers between the Jeremy Thompsons, JoJo Marascos, Brian McGills, the 3 new guys. But when I was talking to Stephen Keogh earlier the week, he mentioned a really surprising name to me of John Galloway. It's a goalie who's been known really as a clearer for most of his career, but now he's come in and done a phenomenal job as simply a stopper, and that's why you see him right now as the favorite to be the All-American first team in net.
Scott, last year, the Shortstick defense really carried the Orange to a title, really helped the Orange when the opponent had the ball. Who on the Shortstick defense this year has been strong?
Well, it's a lot of the same guys, Eric. You definitely talk about Jovan Miller still as one of the top Shortstick defensive middies in the game. You also have Josh Amadon has really stepped in very well at that role. And then the 2 specialty guys are Joe Coulter and Tim Harder. Coulter has been phenomenal all season long, whereas Timmy Harder he's had a bit of a struggle so far this year. Certainly Georgetown and Johns Hopkins inverted their midfielders to try to take advantage of him, but he's been playing stronger as of late, although of course pretty much everyone played pretty well in that 20-6 win against Villanova.